Hi, my name is Punch, and today I'll be taking you guys through seeing the world through mediated reality and understanding what cultivation theory is. Now, before we start, I am very well aware that the wording on this is backwards, but I don't have another way to present to you my slides, so please ignore it. Thank you. So, to start off, I'm going to start off with a very important question that I want my audience to take the time to themselves to think about. No need for answers. So, when you are online, do you ever feel like everyone on social media is living a perfect life, and if their social media feed truly reflects their reality, or do you think it's creating a whole new world for them and us as well, of course, because we're being exposed to it? So really take the time to think about that. When we see our friends, stories pop up, celebrities posts pop up, what feeling do you get? Like, what's one of the few things that come to mind when you first see it? And keep it to yourself or talk about it to your friends. So, to take a deeper dive into today's topic is now understanding what cultivation theory is. So, cultivation theory is when an extreme amount of media usage slowly starts to shape our perception of reality. So, being exposed to it is the first step, and then it slowly starts to shape our reality. This can result in us believing that the world, what we see, what we're getting exposed to online, is aligned to what is reality, what's actually occurring on in the world. Reality, when it really isn't. So, yes, cultivation theory is when we basically have a shift in our perception and it slowly turns into a distorted reality based off what we see in the media, which will be now my next slide on how it affects us. So it shows up in our everyday experiences. We may not think it, but it really does. When we're watching TV shows, when we're scrolling through social media, when we're watching YouTube, etc. And this slowly starts to develop a whole new perception for us based off what we are exposed to in terms of the media. It slowly starts to distort our reality. So for an example, this can look like beauty standards and body dysmorphia. So like it can show up in like what we see online, what society deems to be, beautiful, gorgeous, not gorgeous. We then tend to build comparisons with one another. Another one is luxury lifestyle. So for an example, when we see people often post moments that look fun, amazing, stress-free, it can be easy for us to mistake that their life is a nice luxury lifestyle, when in reality it's important to keep in mind that people only show what they want to show when it comes to social media. So lastly is a few things is how we perceive the world with the media that we're exposed to, if it has a significant influence on us, and the importance is reality versus social media. So a few examples and pictures to break it down a little bit more is right here, top left is, it might be top right for you guys, but we have the media feeding. So basically when we are consuming media usage, this is basically an example, a picture, a raw picture of what it's doing is that it's feeding us what we're seeing, and we're taking it in. Another very specific one is, a children mimicking something, a behavior that they see online because they're getting exposed to it. So this is another one. And then right here is going to be the social media. So when we often see other females and like society deeming it as a beauty standard, we tend to compare ourselves and really be warped up in that reality, distorted reality, should I say. So overall, cultivation theory shows that media usage, cultivation theory shows that the media we consume slowly starts to shape our perception of the world, and it's very, very important and crucial to remember and recognize that the things that we see on social media aren't always what they seem to be. So understanding this can help us be more mindful to ourselves when we tend to have the urge to compare ourselves to what we see on social media. So my biggest takeaway from this is to live your life the way you want to, not what you see others doing, because when you slowly start to live your life based off, social media, how others are living, you're not truly living for yourself. So my biggest factor is don't always believe what you see on social media, because I'm sure just like you only show what you want to show.